What is your favorite Champions League memory from the 2000s for the team that you
Good
support?
question for a City fan.
We know
Sorry, the
that.
audio is not clear. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our friends tuning in from around the world to the second episode of the Bois Café. I'm your host Akash, and I'm joined by my co-host Ramu. And today we have with us two of the absolute legends of the FPL community. What they have given us through their website is worth gold, and I'm saying this on behalf of the whole community that they have made our lives much easier and FPL a much better place with all the data that they have provided to us through their website. So I'd like everyone to just join us in welcoming Surya and Srini, the founders of All About FPL. Hi Surya, hi Srini, welcome to the Boys Cafe.
Thanks, Akash. That was a very nice message to say. It's nice to hear, and it's a pleasure for me to be here with you all in your new venture. I've always loved your content, firstly, and it's so nice to see you guys venture into a new thing, and it's even more nicer for you to invite us, and it's a pleasure for us to be one of your first initial guests to be on on your new channel. So yeah, thanks for having us over. Yeah,
The first
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
The pleasure is all ours. The pleasure is
yeah,
all ours,
yeah,
Surya. Yes,
yeah.
Srini. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the.
Hi Akash, hi Ramu. Firstly, thanks for the very kind words. It was very flattering to hear from you guys. Uh, yeah, so thank you for having us as the guest for your first episode. I used to tell to Surya, these guys for FPL was doing a good job. They started last season, but they have been doing good content. And yes, down then we can tell that we were the first episode at the Boys Cafe. It will go down in history. We are happy to be part of it. Thank you for inviting.
We are flattered. We are flattered by that, Srini. A big congratulations to both of you for completing All About FPL has completed 3 years, like we saw last week. And I and Ramu, we are aware about the journey that you guys have had and where you started from. But for the benefit of our listeners, we would like either of you or both of you to just narrate the story as to where All About FPL began and how the idea came about in the first place.
Yeah, so me and Surya are basically college mates who passed out from college and started this thing called All About FPL. So we started like 3 years back, but the initial we didn't have a plan to start something as such, but we wanted to start it. We want to start something to give and produce FPL content since we used to talk FPL for hours together on the phone for chat FPL. Uh, mainly during college days because we travel to college like for 1 hour, 1.5 hours travel, and most of the time it used to be FPL chat or football banter. And no surprise, I support Manchester City, he support Manchester United, and there were days when things didn't go well. And but FPL was the common point where we used to get along, chat about who's the 4.5 defender who we want to take, and we it was a natural progression. We like chatting about FPL, and we thought why not take it to the next level and show it to the people out there what uh, so it had a common platform to do what like to show what we do to the people also. And it was very nice. We didn't have expectations as such to grow this way or this way, but it was very welcoming from the Twitter FPL community. We didn't expect this much things to happen when we started out the website or the Instagram page, but the community has been kind, and thanks to everyone for the support who has supported our content from the beginning.
The content, as we all know, it's top class. So the support will obviously come with that. What we both were also, I and Ramu were discussing, and we were interested about, is that you All About FPL has around 28,000 followers on Instagram as well. Now you're starting on YouTube as well. So three different platforms between two people. So how are you guys managing it amongst
Uh,
yourselves?
Yeah, so it's we don't look at it as say somewhat by the number of followers we've had, because at each point one of our social media following would be drastically different from the other. But one lesson or something that stood by us is that people follow you for a reason and people support you for a reason, and we kind of wanted to push ourselves and keep continuing to do it. In fact, even before our Twitter started going well, it was Instagram that we started first with. So we wanted to kind of persist there, and we started having a community at each place. So and everybody follows you there for a reason. So say we didn't want someone to go on our Instagram and tell go to our Twitter, we're stopping posting on Instagram, or just say put our Twitter links that say go there and we wanted to be supportive of respect people that followed us in each platform. That kind of kept us in a consistent basis. So one thing is that even though it's tough for just two of us to do to run on 3-4 social platforms plus the website, it's just that we always been kind enough to our followers, and we kind of wanted to keep doing the same thing consistently, and that consistency is what led us to where we are. We never go by the number of followers that what we did on day one when we had 0 followers is what we continue to do today. So yeah, that the other ones naturally come along with us.
Yeah, exactly too.
Yeah, it's the same principle that even we follow. It's if you continue creating good content, followers is something that will come along. You just need to do your work. You just need to grind and produce good quality content, and then followers will obviously follow. Yes, Srini, you were saying something.
Yeah. To add to what you and Surya told, it's at the end of the day, it's the football thing which unites us all together. We are here together. We all play FPL religiously, so we are here together. At the end of the day, it's a free game. We have fun. We play mini leagues with our friends, and we want to have a good community of people around it and deliver good content for the people who love this game so much. So at the end of the day, it's a free game, and we don't want anyone to pay and get ideas to select your own team. I find it little like I mean, I don't know if it's problematic is the right word to say, but it's a fun game. But why you need to pay to select your own team, which you're having for fun? So we go by that principle. Our website has been always free, and it will continue to be free. Is what our main ideals are thought on. Yeah.
Perfect. This reminds me, last week I was just reading the post that All About FPL has posted that the WhatsApp messages, the screenshots, and I saw there that KDB was the one that was a breakthrough for you guys as well. And coincidentally, KDB was the one that gave us a breakthrough last season as well. We got in Gameweek 36 where he scored 4 goals against Wolves. So we gained around 1,015 because we had preferred him over Salah. So that worked for us as well. So that's a coincidence that we both have in common. But yeah, it's really the content that I have been going through for the last year and a half from All About FPL. Top notch. Really top notch.
Yeah, I think
and Akash, I don't think... Yeah, Surya, go ahead.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it, that 5 United fans and 1 City fan, all of our following grew through a City player hauling in different seasons. Yeah, so...
Yes. And that's why we have a bias also. There is a little bias in our mind because of KDB. So whenever there is a discussion happening between whom to go between KDB or Haaland or anything, there is always a bias for KDB.
For KDB all the long.
I totally agree to that. Definitely. Yeah. Yes. But
and I think that's not the only common factor or something that unites all of us, because I think the way we work as well, because both of you are working in different time zones, we can definitely relate to that as well as to, I mean, finding free time. Like Akash is working from India, there's Aditya who's also from India, I am in the UK, so Aviral is in the US. So we kind of understand that kind of, that understanding definitely needs to be there in maintain the success, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't call it really success, but whatever we have achieved is all because of that understanding.
Yeah, definitely, totally.
Just because I totally agree to it. Yeah, because me and Surya we were already best mates in college back then, and we studied 4 years together in college, and then after the 4 years, we had a small guilt that we didn't do something productive at the end of the college. We passed out, but we didn't have something productive. We didn't follow our passion. We didn't do something good for ourselves. Is what our initial thought. And a few weeks after we graduated from college, we started this, and ever since we have been grateful to this journey. And like Akash, it's been a privilege to do this kind of content and reach out to so many people, and it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we've already mentioned you guys are, one is a Manchester United fan and one is a Manchester City fan.
Yeah.
So how's the pre-season going? How excited are you for your respective teams' upcoming season?
Yeah, I think personally, I've never been this excited for a season in a long time. Finally, there is hope in me that we would play a football similar to what Ferguson did so many years. Now looks like
Someone is coming from Portugal. So
yeah. So that he's still trying to make it a little bit bad by making the Ronaldo comment, but let him be there. Yeah. The thing is that there's finally an identity for a United team that's always been there. That's the United side I fell in love with. There's been managers. I used to love Mourinho. I still respect him for what he did, but again, Ole, there isn't an identity for that side. Finally, with Ten Hag, that seems to be coming back. So mentality is back in the players. Even though still City and Liverpool are a bridge ahead, but I see that bridge being close in this season. So I'm not by just in terms of FPL perspective, from as a fan perspective, I really look forward to this particular season, guys. Yeah.
Do you like
you mentioned?
Yeah. Do you like what
Go
is
ahead.
season?
Oh, totally.
The games that you watched.
Yeah, it's not something that it's so attacking that you leave holes in the defense. The whole system is looking really good. We of course have conceded few goals, which is good because any system cannot be mastered in one day. That's it, right?
Exactly.
From Pep Guardiola. So there is still a lot of improvements to be done, but on the whole, I could see that change in all the players as well. Like Rashford is someone that's never had a proper preseason for a while. Sancho was almost linked with us for a year and a half. He finally made it, and then for one full season he was played out of position. Now, few things that as a fan is so basic but wasn't done, but it's finally happening, and it's good to see those results in preseason. So I absolutely look forward to see Sancho get 10 plus goals so that I can rub it on Srini this season. Yeah.
waiting for 3+ years to
Absolutely, yes.
this for 3 years, and this may happen this season. It's finally. So
Yeah.
never know.
He has been saying it for 3 years. We have been saying it for the last 8 years. Probably this season. But what stands out is the kind of attacking football that we are playing. You mentioned about Mourinho and Ole. Ramu can say it as well. But in our WhatsApp chat that we have, the WhatsApp group, I really wanted to support Mourinho. I was behind him. I felt that if he would have been given, one more season, we would have been closer to the title that season. But I think United fans have become a little impatient as compared to what they were, and maybe it's because of the failures that we have received in the recent seasons. The impatience in the fans is increasing a lot. And I just hope Ten Hag he's given a longer run. Even if he fails in like one season or 2 seasons, just give him time. Time is all I want the fans to just give the manager. Not just run behind success, otherwise we'll become the other Chelsea, like we used to say earlier, that Chelsea does not keep a manager for more than 2 years. They always sack him. So we used to mock Chelsea earlier, and then now we are becoming similar model.
Correct.
About the preseason, like you said, Surya, some encouraging points from the attack that Ole dreamt about it. Rashford, Sancho, and Bruno behind them, and then Martial up front. Ole dreamt about it, but Ten Hag is realizing it. Really good to see the cohesion between all of them. One thing that stood out was that Maguire was playing from the right side of the centre back instead of the left, which he usually used to play. So that is something I hope Ten Hag has seen the kind of games that United played last season, and he must have come to notice that. And now that we have signed Martinez, I think Martinez will be starting from the left.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the shift that happened. I would like to talk about Dalot for a moment because he has been really attacking. The positioning that he has taken in the preseason, really attacking, and the interplay between him and Sancho. Even in the tightest of the spaces, they found each other, and so easily. I mean, they don't even have to look at each other. Just one touch and pass and go ahead. So I'm really excited about Dalot, possibly as an FPL asset as well. Your thoughts, Surya? What do you think?
That's a really good point. Dalot's been taking up some nice places, and this style particularly suits him really well. He complements it with Sancho. I have no doubts that he'll be great from an attacking perspective, but it is just that it's a system that's being put in place, and Ten Hag is someone that wants to do it that way, only that way. So it would lead to some faults, some missed passes. It would lead to some soft goals to begin with, so which kind of decreases the clean sheet potential. So I don't see us bagging a lot of clean sheets until the system is cost now, so that every player adapts to that particular system. I don't know. I have read a lot about how Pep operates. It's mostly zones and grids. The ball has to come there rather than you going to the ball. So Ten Hag kind of goes to that kind of philosophy. So it would take time, which means Dalot probably will bag an assist but no clean sheet, and the fixtures are also tough, so that kind of doesn't give me a lot of confidence to go with him right away. But once that system is is first and it's cohesive between all the players that's playing, once we are a little bit more settled, of course Dalot should become a no-brainer asset, because a 4.5 fullback from a top 6 team is a dream. So maybe a season like Doherty had for Wolves, he fetched 178 points for Wolves, so that could be even a possibility if he nails down that spot.
I think we have talked about confidence, system, and all that, and when we talk about all this, I think one name that is synonymous with all that is Pep Guardiola. Srini, what do you think about Man City's preseason? How do you look at the title defense this season?
Firstly, I'm very excited for this season. We have had offloads in Jesus and Sterling, but the big name Eric Haaland is coming, and what not to hate. I'm excited for the season to watch Haaland, to watch De Bruyne get the assist. Haaland
injuries.
That's there, but I think Haaland would be a great fit at City for someone who has been played 150 games at the top level and getting more than one goal contribution per game. It is quite staggering. I think after the season we had without a proper striker after Akbar, we didn't have a proper striker. We had Jesus, but he wasn't used as a striker. He wasn't used. There were many tickets and but Pep didn't want a striker. So, but it is quite nice to see a proper out and out striker. He may not be like Jesus or Aguero. Like when Pep initially came in with Aguero, he changed the way Aguero played. Like he wanted Aguero to drop deep and get the balls and also help the midfield. Haaland is not yet there yet, but I think he is the most exciting prospect up front, and it will be fun to see. And one more thing is his finishing ability. He will be there, even though he doesn't drop back to help track back or the midfield. He will be there in the right spaces to get those goals. He will be there for the tap-ins. The goals may not look great on paper, but the numbers will be amazing. And his short conversion rate is also quite brilliant. For someone who has more than one goal contribution per game, I think his XG he overperforms his XG to an extent. I read in an article we have seen from what we've seen in Premier League, Son is someone who overperforms his XG through his shots is what we get. Son overperforms his XG by 21%, and Haaland is someone who is there up with 28%. So shout out to Alex, our Manchester City correspondent, who mentioned this in his article. And we have seen the greatest XG overperformer, and now we have a Haaland who has even more better numbers. So
even better.
Yeah, goes even better. I don't see anything going wrong except for what you mentioned, injuries. It will take time for him to settle down, but I think it won't be a problem with City's creative attacking input. He'll get the numbers to back him up.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and I
Definitely. And what?
go on, Akash.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
think.
No, I think what I was mentioning is people who have come in from the Bundesliga, they take a bit of time to adjust to the Premier League. Do you think that makes Haaland maybe not an attractive option for the first few game weeks? Maybe.
I think it is a good point, but I don't see, because of the ownership basically. Fear of missing out basically. You have a ownership of 50%, and Haaland may just play 45 minutes in the first game and get a couple of goals. And second game you have Bournemouth. His
Goals.
price would have been
Correct.
already 0.1 or 0.2 up, and you are already,
0.1
you are
more, yeah.
chasing Haaland. You can't go without Haaland. I think it is a safer bet to have Haaland. He may not even play 90 minutes or even more than 60 minutes in game week 1, but the safe bet would be to have Haaland, because I think from game week 2, game week 3 he surely gets going. I don't see where he isn't performing. So
Yeah.
there has been thoughts about having Haaland in Kane in game week 1 and then moving to Haaland. I don't see it that way. If you want Haaland, have him from game week 1. Yeah,
Have
you
it
must have
from
both
start.
if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. You can have Kane, Haaland, and Salah. Premium is also a good possibility this time around. The price tag, we can work it around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and definitely. From the preseason games that I saw for City, one player that stood out for me was Grealish. And Ray Kuresi, shout out to him. He has written a brilliant article as well on Grealish. So, what do you think about Grealish as an FPL asset? Because what we saw from Aston Villa when he was back in Aston Villa, he needed a proper number 9 for all the assists that he provided from the wings. Right. Last season he did not have. Last season there were a lot of attempts that Foden missed, a lot of attempts that when Grealish was playing as a striker, Foden had crossed in, but Grealish missed a lot of sitters. So now that there is a proper number 9, what do you think about Grealish as an FPL asset? At 7 million, I think that's a very, very good value.
That's a
to
very
have.
generous pricing, I would say, for Grealish. I know he had a very mediocre season last time around at City, at least in terms of FPL. But I think he is the one to watch out for this season with the with both Jesus and Sterling leaving. I think he will start most of the games on the left side of the Manchester City attack, and there will be goals, and he'll be surely involved. He's the player who likes to hog the ball more, get fast players and dribble, and it took time to.
Yes.
It was two different philosophies basically. Pep's style was passing around and then finding the best pass to get the goal, and Grealish was someone who loves to take on the defender. So it was a different style of play, but I think Sterling is someone who's similar, but he flourished very much under Pep Guardiola. I think it towards the end of the last season, Grealish was looking really good, and I think it is the only way upward. And Grealish at 7.0. I don't know if I will consider him as an FPL asset, but we should have him on our watch list. Is what my thoughts are on. He started both the preseason games. We have played 2 preseason games. He started both the games on the left, and I think so. He will start game week 1, and that would be a good time to scout him, I guess. On now the community shield is happening, yeah.
Yes.
I think
Even
I think we have mentioned a few attacking players already, but what about the defense, Srini? Is it injury free yet, or who are we looking at as a main asset from there?
So Laporte, on the defense, yeah, Laporte is injured at the moment, and he looks to be out for at least till game week 2, game week 3. So I think he misses out, and which opens up an option of Diaz. Diaz is the locked right centre back, and at the left we can have Stones or Arcade. So that is quite a risk to take.
Okay.
I don't see taking a risk at a City defender who, like,
Yeah.
City defenders cost so much, and take the safer option of going with Cancelo, who can play on either side. And Cancelo, we need not say more about him. He bags in those monster hauls with 1 assist, 3 bonus, 1 clean sheet. Yeah, I guess it is Cancelo is the safest bet, and City defense look good. I think even double up is something we can't rule out at the moment. Cancelo and Diaz, or Cancelo and Ederson, or someone which are the double up for the first 8 game weeks. I think you could get good points. Like City can keep at least I think 4 to 5 clean sheets in the first 8 games, and 1 or 2 attacking returns is all what we need. I wouldn't go near Walker at the moment though. Walker is at 5.0, but the situation is still not clear whether City are going to get that left back or not. Yeah, it is still unclear. And
Yes.
I'll wait and watch Walker. It's a tempting price. City defender at 5.5 million, but I am still not convinced on it.
Yeah, I think it's a fair point.
Exactly, and yes,
A lot of people have doubled up on Liverpool, or even say go to Chelsea, double up of Mendy and one of James and Chilwell, but not a lot have doubled up on Man City, even though Man City have the best set of fixtures amongst all of the previous
And best defense last season.
Yeah, and the best defense last season, which makes a strong case for say someone like Ederson and Cancelo. Ederson, I think, played most of the game. I think both of them were the most minutes played for City last season, so they absolutely nailed. So yeah, and Ederson and Cancelo double up seems really, really good on paper because Walker is good, but I'm not sure if that deal will go off even before Gameweek 1 happens. So if you start with Walker and if that deal happens, that's a transfer waiting to happen. So that's not
exactly
way to start. But Ederson and Cancelo is a very, very strong.
That would be a great differential option to begin with. Like most of the moves have doubled up on City defense. Instead of I see people doubling up on City attack, but I'm still not sure who's the second attacker you should go with Haaland. There will be goals,
Who's
there will be goals,
yes.
but from where? That's the question we have been facing for years with Pep. So I don't see people going with Mahrez. I feel Mahrez is still a trap in FPL, even though Sterling and Jesus are gone. I think Mahrez is not nailed on the right wing spot, is what I think, because he is similar to Haaland in terms of tracking back. He doesn't track back much, and Pep would want
exactly
his attackers also to come back and defend. And I don't see Haaland and Mahrez both of them starting simultaneously initially. So I think it will take time. And I also read reports on Athletic saying that Foden is also pushing for the right wing spot. So which pushes Mahrez uphill even a bit down, I would say.
Exactly, and shout out to Late Riser here. He mentioned the same thing in the midfielder pod he did yesterday, that Mahrez doesn't track back, and having two players up top who doesn't track back, it's not Pep's style of play, right? He needs one player who will track down on the right wing, and Foden can do that. We saw Foden coming in deep when he was playing as the false nine. Just to let everyone know why Foden hasn't played a preseason game yet, it's because of the visa issues. There were some vaccination status that he couldn't provide. That's why he wasn't allowed to enter USA. But as per Pep as well, when they come back and when the next, I think the Community Shield, Foden should be in the squad and he will be fighting hard for the right thing.
He's been traveling with the under 23s. Yeah, he's been traveling with the under 23s in Europe, so he's ready. He's just not played with the main team. So he should be ready.
Exactly. So don't consider Mahrez as a nailed on is what we are suggesting. There are players. Even Bernardo Silva can play from that right wing if Gundogan and Rodrigo plays from the center. So that is something to keep in mind. Don't think that Mahrez is nailed on. He is it for now. That's what we think. Before going forward into more FPL talks and about your drafts, we wanted I and Ramu, along with the other boys, we felt that it's important for our listeners to just, be aware about the kind of managers that you both are and the kind of people you are, because everyone we read the tweets that we do through our handles, but it's important to know the thinking behind that and the kind of people we are, right? So we have a rapid fire game that we have already planned for both of you, and the rules are simple. We'll give you 2 minutes. We have a list of questions. Don't take too much time. Don't try to be politically right. It's your time to just go all out attack. So who would like to go first? Surya, can we start with you?
Go. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So just a note here that we don't have a hamper at the end of the rapid fire like we have in other talks. So don't expect that from us.
With Karan, luckily,
Yeah, but We don't have
Yeah.
hamper. Don't expect that
Yeah.
from us. But we for sure have the questions here.
Yeah, of
So,
course,
2 minutes, Surya. Try to keep it as fast as possible. And let's start. So, Surya, what is your favorite pastime?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I'm really sorry. I missed it.
What is your favorite pastime? When you don't have work to do, what do you
Like
usually
that.
do?
I watch a lot of Formula 1. Yeah, so into racing. Yeah.
Formula One. Okay. What is your favorite holiday destination?
Santorini, Greece. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What does your normal Saturday look like? Assuming that there is a 12 noon FPL deadline, what does the Saturday look like?
So I tinker with my team till 12 and then rush to do the regular stuff and then come back to watch the football the other rest of the time. Yeah. It sounds politically
Pretty
wrong.
similar. Saturdays are the most hectic.
Yeah. Get it. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What would you do if your partner / future partner wants you to select one out of either her or FPL? Her, him, or FPL. So, what would you say?
She's probably listening now. So I need to be politically.
Okay.
The answer is both. Yeah. Yeah.
We told you can't be politically right.
No, it's partner. Yeah.
You have to
It's
keep-
partner. Yeah.
Not it, Surya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Since how long have you been playing FPL?
So I've started playing FPL since 2014. So I've played for like 7 seasons now.
7 seasons. Okay. If you were to pick a fireside team, then who all would make your team? You can choose only from EPL.
In FPL perspective.
ISA.
No, not from FPL perspective. Normal.
In general.
Fireside.
Yeah. So
General. Yeah.
my goalkeeper would be Ederson. My defender would be
Okay.
Van Dijk. My 2 midfielders would be Bruno Fernandes and Rodri, and then the striker would be Kane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kane. Harry Kane.
Yeah.
What is your nickname?
One United player. Let's go.
He's keeping a track of that. We'll come back to you, Srini. We'll come back to you. Okay. Yes, Surya. What is your nickname?
Nickname. Surya's in itself very small, so nobody has used a nickname. So yeah.
Pretty understandable.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is your favorite music genre?
So I listen to a lot of pop. Yeah, I'm a pop fan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite TV show?
Oh, I'm a Breaking Bad fan. Yeah.
Interesting. Describe your last FPL season in one word.
Tragedy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next set of questions would be: would you rather? So, would you rather see United lift the Premier League or see yourself win FPL?
United win the Premier League. Yeah.
True fan.
That's the
Both
logic
have
we were
1%
looking for.
chances of happening, but yeah.
This is the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strong
Yeah.
disagree.
Would you rather be double your height or double your weight?
Someone that was short for a long period of time, I say double my height. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so next set of questions and the last ones are this or
Yeah.
that. So Rooney or Ronaldo?
Rooney for sure. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, city or countryside? City, not Manchester City. City or countryside?
I'm a countryside person. Yeah, always.
Okay, beer or hard drinks?
I'm a beer boy. Yeah.
Okay, drop your phone or drop your FPL rank by 100k.
Or drop my phone. I can change that. I can't fix this.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, music or dance?
I don't dance well, so it's music.
Okay, mountains or beach?
Oh, that's tricky. Mountains for me.
Okay, last analytics FC or grass
Oh,
FC?
grass FC. No, I'm not in analytics. Yeah.
Okay, so that was it from Surya. Great set of answers. Moving on to Srini. Okay. So, like we started with Surya, what is your favorite pastime, Sri?
Pastime is again watching other sports, other sports, tennis, cricket, and stuff. Again, sports related.
Okay. What does your normal Saturday look like? SPL deadline at 12 noon. For us, 4 p.m.
4 p.m. So push out the final set of blogs, make our teams ready, and and think over at the last 1 minute, do that decision, change the captaincy armband or not, and then not sure whether I made it. Wait for 1.5 hours to check whether who I put my captaincy band on. That confusion, and then enjoy the games and end the day again with disappointment after FPL.
Okay. What is your favorite meal or food?
I think it's something rice related. Proper meal, South Indian meal.
Okay. If you were given a choice to meet one celebrity, who would it be?
I think it'd be Rafael Nadal.
Nadal. Nice. What is your favorite Champions League memory from the 2000s for the team that you
Good
support?
question for a City fan.
You know
Sorry,
that.
the audio is not clear. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Okay. I'll consider that as none. Okay. Who was your favorite player?
Favorite player growing up was Aguero for most of the part. Initial days it was Stephen Ireland and Wright Phillips, and over the days it has been Aguero for the majority. Yeah.
We still remember the Aguero. Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite car that you want to own?
I'm not much in a car person, but I think it will be BMW.
Okay. Why did I mention Aguero? What is your favorite football memory so far?
You have the answer right there. It should be Aguero. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Next, the next set of questions is: would you rather? So, would you rather see Manchester City lift the Champions League or see yourself win FPL?
City win Champions League, I guess.
Yeah, they have to win at least once, man. It's been
No, maybe we can also say 1% chance.
Is it 1%?
1% chance, absolutely.
On paper,
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
4%, but it doesn't happen, man. Yeah.
I think Pep is a bottler.
On
What do you-
paper, you've been winning CLs for a while, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Next one is: would you rather spend your Saturday locked in a room watching EPL and your players' performance in FPL, or spend your full day with your family, traveling with your family, with no internet access?
That's an interesting question. Like, if it's my future family or my chosen family, I think I would do it. Other than that, it would be FPL.
Okay. United winning the league, or a US owner taking over Manchester City?
I think
That would mean the money will be stopped.
I would choose already that because I think we have good players already, so we can manage. I will take that already. United winning it, I can't take that. Liverpool winning is itself, I can't something. I have to delete it from my memory, but United. No.
Fair enough.
That was the COVID season.
Okay. VAR or non-VAR? No VAR?
Yeah, VAR, but obviously in a better way. Like everyone should, what everyone agrees. Yeah, better referees and
Better referees.
better implementation. Yeah.
Okay, and finally, the last question. Will we finally see a totally packed Etihad this season?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I think yeah.
Will we?
Yeah, I mean,
What for you? What's the definition of totally packed? Is it 75%?
it has been
80%?
already fully proper for like 3-4 years to the least, but let the banter go on. And my dream is to watch a game at Etihad, so I think I would also want to join that sometime soon.
Thank you so much, guys,
It was fun.
for being so
It was good,
sporting
yeah.
and taking up these
It was like different.
really fun, yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, we just wanted to keep a little bit fun part involved as well.
Yeah,
So that everyone comes to know the kind of people you are. Yes, sir.
we've been on a lot of streams together individually, and yeah, this is the maximum fun I have definitely had. So yeah, Yeah.
Thank you so much, Surya.
Brilliant. Okay. So,
Okay, it's time to talk FPL now.
Yeah.
So, yes, Rama.
yeah, let me then move your attention into the screen. So, Srini, I think we are going to have your draft on screen right now. So, what do you have to say? What is the thought process behind having this draft for your game week
Yeah,
one?
first things first, it is bound to change 100 times again. But this is what I have at the moment. And yeah, I have gone with
Okay.
the three premium structure, which I think which I like it very much
Mhm.
for this season because of the new wildcard rule we have. I
Mhm.
think even if it fails or if this is the right time to take risk, even if this setup fails, I think I can push the wildcard game week 4 or game week 5 very early itself. This is the season where I can do that due to the World Cup and we have the extra wildcard option. I think I'm going with the three premium setup along with Jesus, so which racks up most of my money, and I also have Trent and James in defense. So most of my money is spent there on these 7 players who I think or will play all the games
Okay.
in my team, irrespective of the fixture and irrespective of their form. I think all of them are capable of a double-digit haul potential. These 7 players are capable of a double-digit potential on any day. So I think I'll hold them. And to sum it up, in goal I have Sanchez. In defense I have Trent, James, Tomiyasu, Cash, and Johnny. And so yeah, it is. I don't have a City defender at the moment in this draft, which I'm not sure yet. Yeah, so I'm thinking
Yes.
of
Because you mentioned,
yeah,
you yourself mentioned that
double
there is
up.
a possibility of a double up
I don't.
in City
I
defense as
would
well.
go double
Yes.
up at the moment, but I think I'm removing James for Diaz. Is what I'm thinking on because Chelsea don't look good. They got
Okay.
thrashed badly. They don't know. They don't know they're playing 3 at the back or 4 at the back. They don't know which players want to play football. I'm in their mess at the moment, so I'm strictly on Chelsea, and I think James will be Diaz or
Exactly.
even Cancelo if I could make up that 1 million somewhere else. But it will be Diaz.
I was just going to mention that going without Cancelo can be a big risk, and this
Yeah,
is coming from a United fan. But the kind of positions that Cancelo took last season, especially at the end of the last season, he took a lot of shots, and there was a discussion in the community as well that he's taking a lot of shots, but all of them are going above, and they are not a very the XG of that shots are very pretty low.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the kind of positions that he took, it was
I
very
think
encouraging.
yeah,
So
it will be a big risk.
going
Yeah, it is a
without
big
him
risk.
can be a
So I
risk.
think the one way of getting in Cancelo would be remove James, get in Cancelo, and make that 1 million from
Mhm.
cash. I'll remove cash to 4.5 defender and make that 0.5 there and make the other
Yes.
0.5 from Dewsbury Hall to Da Silva, the other 4.5 midfielder I'm looking at. Yeah, yeah, and Andres is already there
Or Andreas for that
on
matter.
my team. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's the
he's
difference
already
at the
there.
moment. Trent, James, Tomiyasu, Cash, and Johnny. And midfield is quite weak due to the three premium plus Jesus plus Trent draft. Midfield have Salah, Neto, Bailey, Dewsbury Hall,
Yes.
and Pereira. So I think I'll start Neto for the first 6 weeks. They have very good, amazing fixtures. Neto is looking the pick which we dreamt
Yes.
of few season back, and he's a gift which we should take. Is what I think. Like he is operating. He can do anything with the ball. With Jimenez also potentially injured and ruled out for the start of the season, I think
Yeah.
Wolves will surely rely on him to get the goals. Wolves may get just 2 goals from the first 3 games, but I think he'll still be involved in those 2 goals. So I think we
Mhm.
can take him at 5.5. He's a must-own, I would say. And in attack, I have Jesus, Haaland, and
Mhm.
Kane. This is basically the fear of missing out. Yeah, they pick themselves, and
They pick
yeah,
themselves. Yeah, they
most
pick
drafts should
themselves.
miss out one of these, but I don't want to miss out on any of these. So my benches: Bailey, Dewsbury Hall, and Pereira. Dewsbury Hall, I see lots of potential in the coming days. Like he has been underspoken of too much. He's one of the 5 million defenders,
Yes.
along with Bailey, who I think will do well this season. So yeah.
Right, and that I think if you decide to go with three premiums, that is some you'll have to compromise at some place, and that's why the defense it looks a little weak on the weaker side. One thing that I want to point out about Tomiyasu, because Tomiyasu was injured. I know Arteta said that he will be fine for the first game. They're pushing him to be fit for the first game, but he has had no preseason, so I'm not sure how much fit he will be for the first. Even if he starts, I don't know if he'll be his 100% in game week 1. So that can be something to watch out for. I think White at 4.5 can be a better option
I think
if you'd
we
like.
get the news closer to the deadline. I'll do that.
But yeah.
White or Tomiyasu.
Yes.
Yeah, I think White
But
covered.
the rest of the draft, I think.
Without
Yes,
picking
Surya.
your team on your final day, there's never a game week that goes in. So anyway, you're gonna make
I
changes
may
to this
even drop
draft.
the three
So
premiums
Yeah,
next year
yeah,
and
yeah. I
go with
think
one premium so randomly and play big at the back. I don't know where. Like it will be fun in the coming days. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yes, Surya.
Yeah, I think that's what Tomiyasu covered. White covered for Tomiyasu in right back in preseason. So either ways, we would know if it is White or Tomiyasu, one of the 4.5. It looks like Zinchenko is left back, and
Yes.
Saliba and Gabriel is the preferred pairing at the moment. So yeah, one 4.5 from that Arsenal team would emerge definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a good team. Good team to look at. And yes, Ram.
yeah, I think that's about Srini's draft. Let's have a look at Surya's draft quickly. So Surya,
Okay.
maybe you can walk us through your team. What is the thought process behind this? And I'm so happy to see a United player in there.
So
Yes. Rashford.
generally, me and Srini are very contrasting managers in terms of FPL perspective. We never, like, I jokingly would ask him 2 players, and if he says one, I'd pick the other one. So that kind of a different thought process. But somehow this season, both of us at the moment are keen on a 3 structure. The same goes with me as well.
usually the thing is, Surya asked me for this
so
or
I
this.
have.
If I go for this, he chooses that. That's why he asked me for advice. So, yeah.
Okay.
So that kind of we were completely different in terms of approach. But yeah, this season I wanted a pack. I wanted a 3 structure. So I've gone with Haaland, Kane, and Jesus. It's pretty self-explanatory. Kane ended really well. He's been doing really well in preseason. He's got 5 goals. Jesus, I don't have to say much. He's again someone who's looked. I thought he would do well, but the preseason, what I see is he's really good. I thought he'd be good, but he's really good in terms of his confidence, his finishing. He got a stray ball against Everton and he absolutely buried it. So that kind of shows how confident he is at the moment, and is impossible to ignore. The same with Haaland. Haaland is someone as a United fan, I fall in love unnecessarily with City strikers. I could never hate Aguero as well, even though for the Aguero movement. The same with Haaland. I've seen Haaland for a while. Selfishly expected United would somehow give in and buy him, but yeah, it never happened. But Haaland is someone, I know his fitness and all that, but the second game against Bournemouth don't have a solid defense. They didn't even sign a centre back yet. And I don't want to book a transfer from Kane to Haaland, just like we discussed before. He might rise, he would already price out and things like that. So I want to go with all 3. And a part of the fact that I want to do that is that there's been strong midfield options that's emerged through the preseason. So Neto's one. I just got off with stream with Black Wolf, a Wolves fan. He couldn't stop praising about Neto as well. The same because he's really good. Leon Bailey is someone that's looked really sharp in preseason. Don't have to say much about Rashford. I'm a big supporter of Rashford. I've always loved him, FPL wise, football wise, off football wise. He's been having a strong preseason. So these 3 are good midfielders. Not just good midfielders. They're 3 good wingers, like 3 good attackers at very cheap, 6.5, 5.5, and 5. If they haul, the train would be full in no time, and I want to catch up earlier. In the defense, it's Trent, James, and Johnny. I want Cancelo somehow, considering I advocated for a 2 city defense. I don't have one here, but I'm still struggling to see how to fit that possibility. It's a work in progress, but Cancelo will somehow find a way in this draft. Might lose James, considering what's happening around Chelsea defense at the moment, and Tuchel has not been very kind in the comments that he's made recently as well. So James could be cancelled some way or the other. Yeah, and Johnny is another wing back who's really good. Trent, I don't know how to define. Raya might change, just the 4.5 slot. Yeah.
I especially love the Bailey shout-out, Bailey pick there, because he completely changed the game against United. He came on in the second half and completely dominated. He could have had a second goal as well that Maguire blocked.
Yeah.
And so I was pretty impressed with Bailey. And even the Villa fans that we have spoken to on Twitter, they have been quite bullish about Bailey. So Bailey is a very good pick.
In the first game. Even though if he doesn't start, I think you can have him on the starting 7.
Yeah, and like even Gerard's comment was really interesting, because he said if
positive about
tomorrow, Bailey definitely starts. What the only thing is that they say 3-4-1-2 kind of a formation. So that Watkins pairing, Gerard has been very stubborn, and it has not got the best of it of everyone. But if they switched that and it resulted in good performances in the second half as United, I strongly believe he sticks with that, which means Bailey starts. So yeah, there is hope there.
Yeah, and I think Neto, as you said, we saw Blackwell's article as well. He's been quite bullish about Neto and Podence. More so that now Jimenez is injured.
Yeah.
So while Podence was playing as the false 9, but Neto played there as well. And I think Neto can be a very good asset, especially for the first 6 weeks, like you said. I think we have it covered. Wanted to discuss about Rashford, because as United fans, the best United pick, I think, if you ignore the price range, we would go with Jadon, because of the kind of form that he had shown through the right wing, and he's finally playing at his position.
Yeah,
and there is a little spark that was missing last season, which we can see now in the preseason.
Yeah,
and it's just that if he was around 7 million, it would have been much easier for us to adjust that. And with 3 premiums, it's difficult to adjust him in the team.
Yeah, I absolutely want Sancho too. I think Srini would know how much I love Sancho and how much I always wanted him to succeed. But just that price point, which is very, very odd for you to pick him in. And what he said was really, really right, spot on. He's not just being well in through the right, he's also occupying good spots inside the box. Rashford is still holding the width so that Shaw could overlap, but Sancho's in the middle, the volley would say against Aston Villa. So that's the thing. I would love Sancho, but it needs a lot. In just the 3 PM structure, it's not possible at all. But maybe he ends up. But my first priority is him. Second is Rashford, but let's see where we'll land up. Yeah, but spot on there with Sancho.
As long as United are winning, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the predictions. For the benefit of the listeners, we are playing this game of predicting the score lines for each game week, and this will be played with all the guests that we invite to the Bois Café, and whoever has the highest percentage at the end of the season will get a special giveaway from us. So let's start with Surya first. Palace versus Arsenal. What do you think, Surya?
Yeah, Palace have kind of been a bogey team for Arsenal for a while, so I think I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal win. It's not going to be very easy for them, so it's 2-1 Arsenal on the opening game. Yeah.
I think, it will be a little tough for Arsenal. Liverpool, Fulham. What do you think, Srini?
I'm going with a 3-0 win for Liverpool. The Salah brace or a Salah hat-trick to start things off for us.
Nice. Okay, 3-0 Liverpool. Bournemouth versus Villa.
I think Bournemouth have been very poor in terms of transfer window. They need reinforcements. It's not come yet. So I think Villa will win 3-1. Yeah.
Okay, 3-1 Villa. Leeds United versus Wolves. Srini.
I'll go the 0-0 for that game. I think Wolves without Jimenez will struggle. Neto might not get the breakthrough initially, and Leeds are improved little bit defensively. So I guess it will be
Okay.
0-0.
Newcastle United versus Nottingham Forest.
I think Forest have made so many signings that we've lost count. So I think that is the case of my answer. So it's going to take some time for them to gel. The goals have not also come for them in pre-season. So I'm going to say 2-0 Newcastle win. Yeah.
Okay. Spurs Southampton. Harry Kane, Son.
I'll go for a 4-1
Ooh.
win for Spurs.
Yeah, even I'm bullish.
Double-digit returns for both Kane and Son.
Generous.
Everton Chelsea. Surya.
Again, just like Palace, Arsenal, Everton are a big bogey team for Chelsea. So both teams are not that great. So I'm going to say 1-1 draw.
Okay, interesting.
Lampard will dent Chelsea's hopes on day one.
Once again, yeah. Once again.
Okay, Leicester versus Brentford.
I'll go for a 2-1 Leicester win.
Okay, understandable. United versus Brighton, Surya.
Interesting. So I'm going to say
4-0.
3-1 United win. Yeah.
3-1 United
No
win.
clean
That is.
sheet? No clean sheet?
As touched upon a little bit earlier, I'm still not confident of us getting a clean sheet. So yeah, it's 3-1. Yeah.
And finally, West Ham versus Manchester
Hope
City.
Srini doesn't say something double digit.
I think there'll be a 2-0 win for City.
Okay. City usually find it tough with West Ham. Even last season, I think it was a tough game for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think 2-0.
That's the game where we should have won the title last season, but we messed up things dramatically that game. And yeah, but this is, I think West Ham are also not that settled.
Yes.
New signings are coming in,
New
Sancho
signing.
arriving. So it will take time, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Striker.
Yeah. Okay, so these were the predictions from All About FPL. And moving on to the last section, that is, we call it as Unpopular Opinion. So we have heard it a lot in the community as well. So there have to be one unpopular opinion by both of you, one from Surya, one from Srini. And it doesn't have to be related specific to FPL. It can be football, but specific to EPL.
Okay.
So whoever wants to go first, what's the unpopular opinion like?
I'll go first. I think my unpopular opinion to start things off would be during start of the season, Spurs fullbacks are a scam, or a trap is what I think at the moment. There will be substitutions, there will be 50 substitutions, and they have too many fullbacks, so I think they'll be a trap. Perisic has very high ownership. I firmly believe it may back.
He's a trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as per Srini, the unpopular opinion is Perisic is a trap. Okay.
Spurs
Surya.
fullbacks are a trap, yeah.
Mine is
Perisic is a trap.
Mine is kind of an opposite to trap. I would say Darwin Núñez is not a trap. He's someone that's being scapegoated unnecessarily, but he's a really, really good player. I think he's going to be very crucial for Liverpool. So he's not a trap is what I would say. Yeah.
Hidden gem.
Hidden gem.
Interesting.
You mean to say, Surya? Yeah, you mean to say that all those chances that those Liverpool fullbacks and wingers are going to create, Núñez is going to be at the end of all that.
Yeah, at the end of all of it, and he has the caliber to score most of it. So yeah, he's still a good player. Yeah.
Can he outscore Haaland this season?
I see what you're doing here. I'm still not. I'm pretty sure, considering both stay fit for the full season, I would still stick my neck out and say Haaland will play more than Núñez, because there is competition for the spots in Liverpool more compared to Haaland. So Haaland will outscore Nunes, according to me, but still Nunes should have a very good first season at Liverpool. Yeah.
Coming from a United fan, this truly is an unpopular opinion that Nunes will have a good season. So there is the unpopular opinion from Surya.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the pod. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to have both of you, Surya and Srini, over here. You have been an inspiration to both of us. Like we said earlier as well, that the way you have been handling all the three social platforms, and the way on each platform the quality, it does not go down. It's top quality at everywhere. So that's something that we strive for as well, and a lot of learnings that we have to take from you. So we are really thankful that you were able to come and here as the first guest, and that's a really special thing for us as well.
Yeah, thanks Akash and Ramu for having us. Saying that, it was such fun for both me and Srini. I think Srini would agree as well. It was totally a roller coaster of emotions, fun, and serious FPL discussion. A little bit of fun banter as well. So it was a good recording, and moreover, it was so nice to see you guys grow, especially with the quality of content that you guys put out last season. And I'm pretty sure you guys would be big in anything that you do this season as well. So my best wishes for all four of you going into the season. Yeah. Once again, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much, Surya.
Thank you,
Surya.
Ramu. Yeah, thank you for having us. And yeah, I totally agree with what Surya told. And yeah, it has been a pleasure to be part of this inaugural episode. And yeah, you guys keep doing the amazing content what you guys do, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Srini. And for all of you, let us know your comments about how you felt the show was and how you are liking the content that both of us are putting out. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more the upcoming episodes of the Bois Café. So till we meet next time, thank you so much. Goodbye.